Path Media. I was a minimum wage movie theater usher that made good and became a top earner in my network marketing company. Now, after 16 plus years in the profession, I'm finally teaching myself how to leverage the internet with online marketing and social media marketing to continue to grow and expand my business. My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about the quote, "Certainty is the fool's dream, and thus the charlatan's selling point." Certainty is a fool's dream and thus the charlatan's selling point. So good, this quote. It's from Brendon Burchard's book, High Performance Habit. I just started listening to this book very recently, and this quote really hit me. I mean, I love everything that Brendon does anyways. It's so high quality. But this quote speaks to, well, it's very pertinent to the conversation we're currently having. Right? Yesterday I talked about the quotes and these messages that people of influence put out there on the internet, especially in the personal development space, and how if they're not careful, they can actually do more harm than good. The specific one that I talked about yesterday, and it's not the only one, but the specific one I talked about yesterday was the quote that's going around again on the internet: "Spend more time with people who want more for you than people who want more from you." Something to that degree. Now, that quote, again, on the surface, I know is well-intentioned and it might sound nice and like sage advice, but it's really not, because it removes responsibility from the reader, and it feeds into the reader's need to create external certainty. The reality is there's no such thing, right? There's no such thing. As much as we, try to cultivate contingency plans and plan ahead for the future, and try to do our best with circumstances and try to create the circumstances that we want, that we think are ideal. Ultimately, we can't control any of that. Right? We can't control any of that because there's so many other external factors happening in this crazy, interlaced, that's the word I'm looking for, interlaced causality and results. This web of causalities, I mean, like anything can go wrong at the drop of a dime or go sideways at the drop of a dime, and you have no control or saying in any of that. So to encourage people to try to change their external circumstances to develop certainty, it's really not the best advice. It's really not. And that's all it is with this particular quote, advising the reader to, limit or be more mindful with who they spend time to, which of course you should, right? You should work on cultivating healthy relationships. However, at the end of it, you still have no control over what any of the people that you're interacting with or have relationships with will do or how they'll react or interact with you, right? Because again, there's so many other moving pieces that you're unaware of that you can't account for. So there's no such thing as certainty, external certainty. So I love that piece of the quote, that first half of the quote. It's certainty is a fool's dream because it doesn't exist. Now, can you have certainty? Yes, you can. You can have internal certainty. Internal certainty is a whole different ball of wax, because then internal certainty speaks to having kind of this inner peace, this confidence, this assuredness, this self-worth, this value, this esteem, where you can go experience any kind of external circumstance. You can have any kind of interaction with any individual, good or bad, and it won't throw you off your course because you have internal certainty, right? It's not gonna elicit a fight or flight reaction because you have that internal sense of confidence. That's certainty, right? And that's the only real certainty that we can cultivate and develop. Right. So again, for those of you who are in the influencer space, for content creators, especially for thought leaders, we have to really be mindful of the messages that we put out there. So I really love that first part, very much a mindset piece and a personal development piece. Now, the second half of this quote, and thus it's the charlatan selling point, speaks to marketing. And again, Brendon Burchard is a genius in this regard. He talks about mindset and marketing in one short sentence. If you are seeking external certainty, right? Then you can be really sold. You can be sold anything, right? You can be sold anything. Sorry, I stuttered there. Let me say that again more clearly. If you unconsciously are always seeking external certainty, you can be sold anything. That's why these snake oil salesmen, from whenever, however, however long ago snake oil salesmen, existed. That's why they're around, because people have this unconscious need for external certainty, and if they only knew that they didn't need these things, then they wouldn't be sold snake oil. And it happens to this day. It happens to this day, and it's a little bit more masked, and it's not so obvious as snake oil, but you can see that in marketing, this principle is still used. It's still used to this day, right? Promising you results, and results, mostly are external circumstances, right? Like promising you, more sales. More sales. Promising you financial freedom. Promising you that they can get you they can help you with their system, sponsor 100. Recruit 100 new business partners in the next 30 days. I mean, like those kinds of things, right? Very predatory, but sounds so appealing to somebody that is looking and are really, really attached to external certainty, right? You become prey to the snake oil salesman, right? Strategy. I mean, like that's really at the root of it. It's easy to sell strategy to people who are looking for that external certainty. For me, I do things in a little bit of a different way. I feel like because I don't want to be a snake oil salesman, but I also know what can help people not only get results, but peace of mind and improve their well-being, which is really all we have, right? Like our experience in life, the quality of that experience based on your particular set of criteria depends on your internal certainty. And if I can help you develop that through personal development, mindset work, helping you develop skills as opposed to strategies, then that's going to be much more effective than always promising you this new strategy is going to create new results for you. This new strategy is going to create these results for you. That all is, again, preying on your need for external certainty, which doesn't exist, but I can sell that to you all day long. Now, I'm not going to. Right. And I think Brendan is really awesome at this because he kind of leads this charge about responsible sales and responsible marketing. That's what it's all about. Right. And I'll have further conversations about marketing tactics that I already have actually. But we'll have some more conversations about tactics and things that are really, really they sound awesome and promising, and they're going to create the results for you, but it's really just a pitch. It's really just a pitch. So be careful. Be careful with where you're seeking certainty, because anything that's not directed towards your own personal growth and developing healthy mindsets and emotional maturity is just snake oil. It's really just snake oil. So the certainty lies within you and nowhere else. That's my message for today. Thanks for tuning in. More from me tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.